Hey guys, welcome to another scary movie review. And in this review, we will be talking about Annabelle. Annabelle has been marketed as the prequel to The Conjuring. It's basically the story about the scary doll that we meet in the very first scene of The Conjuring. And if you've seen The Conjuring, you probably know that that's one of the scariest scenes in the movie. So I have been actually really looking forward to this movie. I think I speak for a lot of people when I say haunted dolls are one of the scariest things in the universe. It disappoints me to say that this movie just wasn't that scary. It wasn't that good. I really wanted it to be good. I really wanted to enjoy this movie because it's the exact kind of topic that I would be freaked out by. I don't feel like there's been a good haunted doll movie in a while. Plus The Conjuring was so good. You want whatever's coming out from the Conjuring world to continue being good. They totally overused cheap scares when the music or the sounds get really loud and that makes you jump and stuff, and it's not really what's going on the screen that scared you. And the thing is, I'm okay with cheap scares. I'm not okay with it to the extent that they were using it. And they shouldn't need that. They shouldn't need so many cheap scares. The movie's about a haunted doll. You probably know that The Conjuring is based on a true story. Whether you believe it's real or not, it just adds something to it. There is really a doll named Annabelle that is supposedly possessed. And that first scene in The Conjuring with those two girls that were nurses that owned Annabelle and were asking for help, they're real. There's actually like a bunch of pretty horrifying stories that are attached to this Annabelle doll that they could have used, and it could have been amazing. These true stories that I was looking up about the doll were way scarier than the made-up story. How could you have this whole pile of supposedly true stories about a possessed doll and then decide, oh, I'm just gonna totally make something up instead about this doll, instead of using any of these true stories? What? Why? What would make you do that? It wasn't a terrible story. There were really cool concepts in it, but it really wasn't well executed. And if you're not gonna use the true stories and you're gonna just make up a story about the doll, you should really make it good. And the number one reason I wasn't into this movie is it was predominantly about the demon that was possessing the doll. You make a scary movie about a doll, make the movie about the doll. For Chucky, you know, who thought about the bad guy that possessed him ever? I mean, I guess maybe every once in a while you thought of that guy, but you were just scared of Chucky. And by the way, the demon wasn't even that scary. This movie made a demon not scary. Also, the ending was stupid. That's all I'm gonna say about that. It was just dumb. Real fast, I'll just say there were a couple of elements I was okay with. There was a few moments that I did feel kind of scared. I also kind of think that their idea for how the doll got possessed is kind of cool. Okay, now on to my ratings, and as always, my scales run from 1 to 5. For bloodiness, I give this movie a 2. There was some blood, but it wasn't used excessively, and for me, honestly, that's always a plus. For scariness, I give Annabelle a 2. I'm giving it a 2 because there was just so much potential for it to be scary. The doll itself is really scary looking and stuff. So I'm giving it a 2 because I wanted it to be scary, and like I said, there were a couple of scenes that I was like, okay, that's kind of scary. And for overall good moviness, I give it a 2. I wouldn't go as far to say Annabelle is a terrible movie. There are definitely worse movies than Annabelle, but it should have been better, and it wasn't scary enough. It should have been scarier. Now, should you see it? Honestly, if it was me, I would still want to see it because of the concept. The concept is so cool that I would want to see it for myself and decide for myself how bad it was. But I would not see it again. Okay guys, that's it for my review of Annabelle. Let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree, or let me know if you are planning on seeing it. Okay, see ya.